An unprecedented new consciousness is transforming the entire human species. A new world is being born. The old world is disintegrating. Both worlds now call to you. Do you want to live in gratitude, patience, contentment, and awe of the universe? Or in anger, worry, overwhelm, and despair? This podcast will help you choose joyfully and effectively. Welcome. Here's a question that a lot of people understand. Almost every morning, I wake up and I feel sadness and depression in my body. It's physical, it's emotional, and it's painful. Do you have a suggestion or exercises to help me? Pain in chest, throat, and so on. I need to heal, but how? Now you've come to something very important in your life. The recognition that you need to heal you. How do you do it? Well, in this case, the pain has become so pronounced that it's conscious in you. And you know where it is in you. Perhaps you've read The Heart of the Soul, emotional awareness, and you're developing emotional awareness. Now you're feeling painful physical sensations in these areas of your body. Here's what you can do next. You can remind yourself that these experiences are not coming from who you are. They're coming from one part of your personality. They're not originating in the ground of your being. They are not unchangeable. They are originating in one part of your personality. And you have other parts of your personality that experience your life and experience interactions much differently. And they would prefer that you experience your life much differently than this part of your personality is experiencing it, with depression, with pain. I know about depression. I've experienced it a lot in my life. I don't know of anything more painful or anything more difficult to convey because I never did learn or understand how to explain to somebody the pain that I was in while I was in a depression. But now I know things I didn't know in those days. I know about parts of the personality. I know that physical sensations in different parts of the body originate in those parts of the personality. So you can remind yourself that there are other parts of your personality that you can step into, that you can reach for. That doesn't mean that the first time you try it, you'll suddenly become ebullient or joyful. The first time you try it, you may discover that you're still feeling depressed and anxious or sad. But the intention, using your will to challenge this part of your personality, understanding that it is a part of your personality, is the first step in moving you. Let me give you an example. When I lived in Mount Shasta, California, which is a small mountain community in an alpine environment, I loved the winters. Sometimes when it snowed, it seemed as though it were snowing all over the world. And it's wonderful to be in that environment if I didn't have to go anywhere. Occasionally I did. I'd have to go to an airport in a nearby town. So I'd take my four-wheel drive truck and I'd find my way to the freeway on the plowed roads through the snow coming down in heavy flakes. And I'd start to drive slowly and carefully. I'd look for red taillights to follow because I couldn't see very far in front of me in the snow. And then, within 8 or 10 miles, suddenly I found myself, and would always find myself, in sunshine with dry roads and blue sky. And I look behind me in the mirror, and what I see there is a solid wall reaching up as high as I can see, of gunmetal blue. And I know that somewhere in that wall, behind that wall, is Mount Shasta, a 14,000-foot mountain, and I can't see a bit of it. because it's in that blizzard. But I'm not now. I'm suddenly in another environment. I'm in another microclimate. And the roads are dry now in front of me all the way to the airport. Well, that's what it's like when you can begin to see your pain for what it is. It's a blizzard. It's a microclimate. It's not all of who you are. It's one part of your personality, and that part of your personality was given to you by your soul, along with other frightened parts of your personality for you to experience and challenge. That means to move beyond the control of that part of your personality. You weren't born to be depressed. You were born to give gifts. You were born to receive and share love. You were born to create with others and with non-physical guides and teachers. And you can't do that while you're in the control of a frightened part of your personality. Any frightened part. Depression, anger, jealousy, superiority, inferiority, any compulsiveness, any addiction. You're on the spiritual path. Hold that in your heart. The spiritual path is not easy, but its rewards are beyond measure. Join me next time to explore the epic transformation of human consciousness that is reshaping our species and your part in it. It may surprise you. I'm Gary Zukav.